I'm Prithvi.
I'm Asif.
And this is Dayang, aka Nomi.
And
Our subject is how the listening habit of music evolved from 19th century to what we have today. And music is a part of human civilization. We cannot do without music. So it's quite interesting to know how things happened. Like when the age of machine began, it was radio. Radio started it. It was not exactly invented as a tool of music. It was not a music box, but it had everything. It had news, it had sports, it had politics, it had presidential speech, it had some birds and crows crowing on air, ka, ka, ka. And it had its nightingales of melody, the musicians. People used to listen to music on radio because it was cheap. It came to the market, everybody could afford it, and in the last century, every household used to have a radio set. Next slide. And the time we are talking about is when radio used to be a huge furniture. It's as huge as we have big fridges or bookshelves today, and it was beautiful. Trust me, guys. You have to Google up the pictures for vintage radios to see how beautiful it was, and you will ask yourselves, why don't we have this thing today? Why did it go away? Next slide. No, previous.
I think our explanation is
And
not much.
there is a romantic literature about radio. Let me tell you a story. I have read it somewhere. I don't remember who wrote it or what were the names of the characters, but the story goes somewhat like this. There is this guy. He's a voice actor in radio, and he's a celebrity, a star. Everybody listens to his show. His show is always a hit whenever he does it. But then, film steps in. He's offered a role. The fact is, he's not that beautiful. He is ugly. When people see him on the big screen, they start laughing. Because, wow, see, this is the man we've been hearing on radio from so long, and this is how he looks like. It shamed him, disgraced him, humiliated him, and he left the industry forever. The fact is, it was his voice, his gift. He could stretch his voice, he could pull it, push it, and use it in the radio. He could play his roles with his voice. He did not have the talent for acting it out with his face, his body. He didn't have the physical beauty. But people did not get it. People insulted him. And he left the industry. From being a celebrity, he became a very ordinary man. And it's a very sad story. The fact is, this thing really happened. Really happened. It's based on a true story. Things like this used to happen 100 years ago when radio started, because radio had an industry with its voice actors, with its artists, with its news presenters, everything. And stardom started in radio. That is how radio began. And now Prithvi will explain to you in the next slide.
Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about internet radio now. So internet radio is called by many names, as you can see: web radio, e-radio, net radio. And so it's a source where digital audio is transmitted via internet to your devices. So it's a process where constantly audio streaming is done, and it's transmitted through net to all your mobile phones, to computers, to your laptops. Then it's associated with normal traditional radio stations. I mean, what you see, what you hear in normal radio in your cars, it's the same in internet radio. Then there's unlimited supply of music, live events, and radio shows, and you can listen to them in real time. And also, there's one thing, in internet radio there's easy filtering. Easy filtering means you can choose what you listen to. I mean, you can choose which genre of music you want to listen to. Then you can filter out which radio shows are playing those songs, or those radio shows, morning shows, or talk shows, or interviews. Next slide. So as you can see, wait. Yeah, so those are internet radio. Those are examples of how you can choose. You can choose from thousands of radio stations. but those radio stations are actually airing on traditional radios. Next slide. So this is an online radio in Malaysia. You can see all these radio stations are being aired on your radio devices or in cars, but you don't have to switch between channels. Don't have to see the frequencies and all. You can just choose and you can listen to them. Next slide. So these radio stations are from India. So if I have to listen to good Hindi music, I can go to internet radio, and if I have to listen to my good radio shows in Hindi, I can choose any of those radio stations. Next slide. So revolution of internet radio, meaning that it's globally reached. You can access internet radio anywhere until and unless you have access to internet. If you have access to internet, you have access to internet radio. Also, that you can see, it's simply connected to your wired LAN, Wi-Fi or internet data. You can just web browse it, just write internet radio in your browser and you get internet radio. So many sites which are giving you internet radio. Also, it's access to thousands and thousands of radio stations which you cannot access through traditional radio in your country. That means you can listen to radio stations out of your country, and I've given an example, like a broadcaster in Kuala Lumpur can be heard over the internet in Kansas, and I can hear to my Indian radio shows from here. So it says that internet radio has no geographical limitations. Next. So this is an app. Can you press space? It's called Gradio. So it's an app for your desktop. So you can choose, you can filter easily. Next slide. Satellite radio. Asif will be doing it.
Hello guys again. So, flying saucers. You know about flying saucers flying in the sky, and there's UFO sightings. These things are fantasy and sci-fi. But satellite happens to be something real. It's still in the sky, but it's real. We created it, and still it orbits around our Earth. And the radio stations happens to be in this planet too. What they do is, the radio stations send the signal to the satellites, and the satellites shower back the signals to our Earth. When the signals start raining on the receivers, the music starts playing. You don't have to be an alien to listen to satellite radio, but you have to pay a fee every month. It's not a lot. AM and FM radio does not cost you money. Satellite radio does cost you some, but it's very little comparing to what you are having. Next slide. The great thing about satellite radio is the sound quality is very fine. It almost feels like playing a CD in your car. You are going for a long drive, you are tuning in your satellite radio, and the signals are less likely to drop. While AM and FM radio signals are dropping all the time, but satellite radio signal is stronger than that. There are no commercials in satellite radios. They do it with whatever the money you are paying them. They don't have to use commercials, so there's no advertisement. The music goes on and on and on. And when the music starts playing in the satellite radio, it comes with a metadata. A metadata shows you the name of the artist, the album, the year, the genre, everything. So if you really like a music, you never heard it before and you want to hear it again, you can search for it online later and download it right in your laptop. And there are hundreds of channels to choose from. Sirius and XM are the two companies that brought satellite radio in this world. They are in America. Sirius offered 100 channels, while AM and FM mostly used 35 to 50 channels, not more than that. So satellite radio is really great. If you want to try it, you can go for it. Next slide.
Okay. So, music streaming. Music streaming is an other platform where we consume music in our daily lives. It's similar to internet radio, but the thing is, you don't have to learn frequencies to just tune in analogly. It's digital. And another difference between music streaming and internet radio is, in internet radio you can listen to interviews, live shows and events. But music streaming is solely for music listeners and music listening. Also, music listening is, music streaming without you having to download the MP3s from the internet and buy those music. You just can stream in real time. So there's no ads, no commercials to interrupt between your songs while you are listening to it. And there's unlimited range, meaning that there's no frequencies and signals you have to tune in to listen to these music. You can just search your favorite songs and you can listen to it. Also, there's one more thing. In music streaming, you can skip back and forth and between songs, and you can, forward, rewind all your favorite songs. Whereas in traditional radio and internet radio, you cannot. Then, you can listen to, music streaming provides you a variety of songs, song library, playlists, etc., etc. Next slide. Okay, those are the apps, different apps which are present. You can see Spotify, Apple Music, Shazam, Pandora, SoundCloud. All these are music streaming apps. Next. So revolutionization of music streaming. So also like internet radio, it's available worldwide. Unless you have access to internet, you can go for music streaming. Then listeners, So listeners can give feedbacks to the people, to the artists who are, by listening to it, by giving it views, by liking it, by sharing it, by commenting it. So people give feedback to the artists by doing all this. Also, it is accessible anywhere through Wi-Fi, through WLAN, in your computers, in your mobile phones. And today, people are, to listen music, people are downloading these music streaming apps like Spotify and all because of the convenience. How convenient it is. Just tap and you can listen to any song you want. Just search and you can listen. Next. These are some apps. And these are subscription plans for Apple Music, Google Music and Spotify.
Okay, now it's my turn explaining about the social media. I'm pretty sure that all of you have social media accounts. So basically, like in this modern era, we have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You can stream online through your social media accounts. Probably Arya is doing streaming live about our presentation on his Facebook. We don't know. Probably like you are checking out your phone. I forgot his name already. Sorry. So like you can check through your phone or your laptop. Easy access as long as you have good signal of Wi-Fi or mobile data. You have to pay for mobile data. No money, no honey. So you cannot stream if you have no internet. Okay, that is the important thing. And then some more. And then social media is a platform for the new faces to, to upload their videos. Probably like they record it live and then to earn the fame. That is the easiest platform, not like back then. Back then it's very hard for you to get fame, for you to get your fans and things like that. And so like sites like SoundCloud let people, like upload their music tracks. So allow to people the worldwide to listen to their tracks, and it's easy access with no pay, as long as you got internet. That's it. Next slide. So the revolutions of social media. Yep, simple, easy. Like you just log into your social media account. You can watch it like live streaming. If you cannot go to like a music event, for example, like Tomorrowland, DWP, you have no money to go there. You can just log into your Facebook or YouTube, watch it live. Then it's free. Okay. So then like some of the contents requires pay per watch. For example, like there was the last time the Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. it's not even recorded. It's just like pay-per-view. So whoever pay for it costs around 70 ringgit in Malaysia. It's only one time. No repeat. No, you cannot find it in YouTube. Accessible anywhere, anytime, through your phone, as long as your phone got battery, or through your laptop, anywhere, everywhere, part of the world. Okay, now next to the conclusion, because like we are like consuming a lot of time. So the conclusion. Radio is a part of our life. We need it whenever like we're driving, or even like even like just now, like, I just got back from Bandung, and then I can listen to radio in the flight. Yeah, seriously, but I have to pay. Like I said, that no money, no honey. And music industry grew and spread with it. Like for now, like everyone wanted to be a musician. It's so easy. You just upload your track, your videos, or you can be a blogger. So easy. And then now we can choose our songs from whichever platforms. You can download it for free, or some of it you have to pay. Okay, and then radio evolved our listening habits. That can you like study without music? But some of the students, they need listening to music to do the assignments, to get the mood, to boost the mood and things. Okay, that's it from our group. So yeah, and
So
then
there's
I'm opening
another-
for Q&A session. Is there any questions?
Another thing we have to say, that we all do music streaming and all, but someday or sometime we go broke. Like I go broke. I didn't use Spotify, so I now stream through YouTube for music. So even if we do music streaming and all, internet radio and all, we some part of our lives we just jump back to traditional radio to consume music. So
Because
you know,
traditional music is free as long as you got the signal. But if you drive in a rural area, I'm so sorry, you just throw away your radio.
And for the poor, traditional radio still happens to be the only option, because not everybody has the luxury of using YouTube. Still into this world.
and every day you can see, at any point of your time in a day, you will still listen to your radio in your car. That's the thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
everybody.
you.
The next group, get ready.